Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the applause. Good evening. Welcome to the Night Run. I'm your man, Dion McElrath. I don't know why you just zoomed in on my tie, but we have a great show for you tonight. Lots to talk about here at the top of the program. A burning thing that I've been itching to touch on is seeing an article in the Dayton Daily News about the construction on 75 South by Edwin C. Moses Boulevard. This is a very touchy topic for me, that they have not been done with this highway since I've been born. Now, mind you, I'm the youngest guy in the business right now at 22 years of age, and I'll be 23 in November, and you're still not done on that same section. Why? I want answers. We've had it. People just want to get on and off the highway where they feel like it. I don't feel like we're asking for too much. I wish you would just quit standing around and finish it, but, you know, who am I? Also, another big thing I wanted to touch on would be a wonderful thing that Governor DeWine allowed in the state of Ohio would be cocktails to go. So now we can go to El Toro's, get trashed there, take our empanadas home, and get trashed at home. The fiesta doesn't stop. I don't know about you guys, but that's probably the greatest thing that has ever happened this year.
Yes.
Also, in the Ohio House and Senate, there's moving to approve a bill that would ban fees for using plastic bags here in the coming year, as the big chains such as Kroger, Meijer, and other very large, well-known grocery chains are looking towards reducing their pollution footprint and eliminating plastic bags from our nation's landfills. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. The plastic bag, it's a universal tool. It goes from a cleanup tool for a dog. You can put it on your hair when you just got it done and you can't find your bonnet. It becomes a small trash bag for your bathroom trash can. Dispose of Crisco after you're done with it. There's so many uses, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So, another big thing I want to touch on, again, Ohio State football. Can't wait. Now that we got that out of the way, let us talk about tonight's guests. First up, we have a great comic here from the Miami Valley, great guy. Michael Shea is on the program tonight. Also, we have Kelsey and Zach from Vargo Trained to give us an insight on what it means to be and what it takes to become a dedicated and serious athlete. Also, I have the greatest band in the land over yonder besides the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Hello.
So if you guys ain't got anything, do the thing. I'm going to go to the desk. You kill me with that every time. So tonight's top 8 is obviously, it's dedicated to the Ohio State Buckeyes because like most Ohioans here in this state, I bleed scarlet and gray until the day I die. We also love ranch. We say "ope" instead of saying "excuse me" in the grocery store. And when we go off to the afterlife, we respawn at the nearest Speedway or Kroger of your choice. So without further ado, since the print is too small for me to see at the desk, I'm actually going to do the top 8 standing for once. So that's something new.
Yeah.
We're going to do it standing. Yeah, we're going to stand. We're going to stand for the top 8. So tonight's top 8 that also focuses on my mid-torso and my pocket hanky. This is a Falcon suit from Henry's House of Fashion on West 3rd Street. Check them out. My stylist is great. But now on to the real stuff. Today's top 8 list is for all the bucknuts out there, including myself. We are talking about the top 8 best games of the Ohio State, yes, I said the, and the school up north that we do not mention by name because they suck. I said what I said. So this information, the source came from 11warriors.com, so blue and yellow fans, please don't soak us too much with tears. Facts are facts. So without further ado, the top 8 games of the school up north and the great Ohio State Buckeyes. So we're starting off with number 8, 2010. We were, them as a school was rated number 8 by the Associated Press, and they beat the school up north miserably 37-7. But then again, I'm not surprised. That was Jim Tressel's last season as the coach of the Ohio State football team. And that year we did not get the championship, but we don't speak about that here because we beat them. They know who we're talking about. Number 7, the 2015 Ohio State Buckeyes, ranked number 8 by the Associated Press, and that team up north ranked 10. with Ohio State completely dragging them for filth. The score was 42-13. That was Jim Harbaugh's first time as their coach, but they could not handle JT Barrett and Ezekiel Elliott. Those guys are monsters. Number 6, the 2017 Buckeyes were rated number 5 by the AP poll, winning 31-20. I wouldn't have put this one up there because, I mean, it was up there, but it was an all right game. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. It was an all right game. Those guys up north still lost, so that's all that matters. Number 5, the 2019 Buckeyes was rated number 2 by the Associated Press, scoring 56, and that school up north ranked 14. Why am I not surprised? Unfortunately, they don't learn, so they give us great entertainment year after year. And that was the latest whooping that they got from the greatest football team in all of the Big Ten land. Moving on to number 4 would be the 2013 Buckeyes. Now, that was a nail-biting game. I was stressed. I almost didn't go to work the next day because I did not want to hear all those School Up North fans berating me about it. But the score was 42-41. Yes, I know it's 1 point, but look who still had that 1 point. That's what counts. Number 3, the 2012 Buckeyes. That was a sad year. The Buckeyes were not bowl eligible, but they were ranked number 4 by the Associated Press, and they also beat that sorry team up north 26-21. Honestly, if they can only win 1 game a year, that's the game that people want to win. The other ones don't matter, no one cares. But as long as we drag them for filth every year, we are set. We are set. Number 2, the 2018 Buckeyes, when that team up north was feeling themselves and they felt like they were bold, if you will. We were ranked number 4. Well, actually, they were ranked number 4. I don't know how that happened. It must have been a grammatical error. And the Buckeyes were rated number 10 by the Associated Press. However, that didn't play out in their favor when they were dragged, with Ohio State taking home the dub with a score of 62-39. Honestly, that was probably the top game of the decade. Well, the past decade. Number 2, the 2016 Buckeyes versus the team up north. Ohio State was rated number 2 by the Associated Press, and that team up north, they were rated number 3. That game went into double overtime. It was definitely a stressful game, and definitely worthy of a number 1 ranking. That game was just insane. It was absolutely insane. Emotions were high. People were angry, if you will. We are moving on to the. That might be the last one. That is the last one.
That one was number 1.
That was number 1?
If you want to redo it, do a drum roll with it.
Nah, I don't even, it'd be all right.
That works with me.
All right, but yes, that was the top 8 Ohio State games of all time against that sorry school north of us in that terrible state that kind of looks like an oven mitt. Yeah. They really were feeling themselves that year. So we have a great show for you tonight. We got the band, they're doing the thing with their matching t-shirts. They look very adorable. When we come back from the commercial break, Mike Shea will be here and we'll chat it up and we'll learn his story and how he became what he is today. So stick around, we'll be right back.
Help Me Grow is an Ohio system of support for families from conception to age 3. We offer 2 programs across the state of Ohio at no cost to families. Our early intervention program is for families who may have a concern or an actual medical diagnosis about their child's development. Many of our families have speech or behavioral concerns about their child prior to age 3 and seek answers to their questions. This is a phenomenal support to families when they just can't help but feel something may be wrong or there is an actual medical diagnosis. Again, this service is at no cost to families. Our second free program is our parenting support programs for pregnant moms. We have over 50 qualified nurses, social workers, teachers, community health workers who do home visits with moms early in their pregnancy to offer education about their pregnancy health, development of their child, and preparing for labor and delivery. This nurse home visitor will stay with the mom until her child is either 2 to 3 years, depending on the program.
The programs focus on educating families on parental resilient strategies, how to handle stress successfully, God knows we need it all, understanding social and emotional competency of your children, accessing and understanding services and resources that all families need, knowledge of child development by offering age-appropriate play to help them be super smart by the time they are 3.
The reason for this program is because pregnancy and children do not come with instructions, and people don't know what they don't know.
We believe that behind every great person, there is usually a great mother, a mom who loved, supported, and provided for her child. But some mothers struggle to become great moms because they are weighed down by the burdens of circumstance, whether that be isolation, abuse, poor health, or extreme poverty. These mothers seek support to realize their motherhood. We are the force who awakens what they have inside. We are the movement that awakens motherhood in women. This is a revolution that created a better world, a world full of great people raised by great mothers.
Dante is one of many of our home visitors, and he currently has over 10 clients that he sees on a weekly basis. Help Me Grow Brighter Futures currently has over 900 moms enrolled in our programs and would love for you to call us today to enroll in one of our programs. Every mom needs support, and every mom needs to know that this program is here for them. If you know someone who is pregnant, have them call Help Me Grow now, early in their pregnancy. Call us at 208-GROW.
Hi, I'm Katie Carey, and I'm the Director of Education and Outreach for Clothes at Work, located at the Job Center. Our mission for over 20 years has been to clothe, educate, and empower individuals to prepare them for employment success. Clothes at Work is well known in the Dayton region for providing interview and workplace appropriate attire for local job seekers. Savvy shoppers know us for our fabulous boutique, featuring gently used upscale clothing at great prices. The best part about our boutique is that every dollar spent goes directly back into our programs and services. However, one thing you may not know about Clothes at Work is that we have an amazing workforce development education program. The Workplace Institute was launched in February 2017 when area employers expressed difficulty finding job applicants with necessary job readiness behaviors and soft skills to be successful on the job. A team of professionals from our community representing every industry came together with us and combined their experience in workforce development and education to help us create our research-based curriculum. Each workshop is skillfully designed to engage participants in group discussions, peer-to-peer learning, and fun hands-on activities to help build confidence and professional demeanor. Workshop topics include making a positive first impression, proper professional attire, effective communication techniques, on-the-job conflict resolution skills, and how to build professional relationships. Through our education program, we have provided more than 150 workshops to over 1,500 individuals in just 2.5 years, and our numbers continue to grow. It's no surprise that developing a healthy workforce needs to start at an early age for the health of our local economy. Out of this need, our workshops have been invited into high school classrooms all across the Miami Valley. In fact, 75% of our workshop participants are high school students, and we have presented workshops to students from over 33 area high schools. Clothes at Work is excited to present workshops this fall with area college programs including Sinclair College and in partnership with Fifth Third Bank at Central State University. For more information about our Workforce Development Education Program or any of our programs and services, please visit our website at www.closethatwork.org.
Hello, I'm Emma Scoville.
And I'm Lake Miller, and we're here to tell you about NCCJ.
Since 1978, the National Conference for Community and Justice of Greater Dayton, known as NCCJ, has strived to eliminate all forms of discrimination by challenging stereotypes, celebrating differences, and creating justice. We believe in the potential for personal and systematic change and that NCCJ can initiate real change in diversity and inclusion practices, especially through youth leadership development.
NCCJ has 6 levels of youth leadership development. The first program is Anytown, NCCJ's youth leadership retreats, which foster community building and inclusivity among diverse groups of high school students. The second is Police and Youth Together, which is a week-long camp that builds bridges between youth 10 to 12 years old and law enforcement officers to facilitate peace and mutual respect.
Our third program, Agents of Change, teaches high school students about racism, sexism, classism, and leadership to help them become agents of change in their school and community. Our fourth program, Changing in the Middle, teaches middle schoolers to create inclusive communities at school. Our fifth program, Second Step, is an elementary curriculum used to stop bullying and build empathy and understanding.
Our final program, Spidey, Students Promoting Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity Through Education, brings together high schoolers and middle school students. The high schoolers learn diversity training skills. They then hold diversity workshops for sixth graders to share what they have learned.
NCCJ of Greater Dayton is excited to focus our mission on our youth programs. Young people are the future of our society. We believe the surest way to foster societal change is to educate and energize our youth.
We invite you to join us in this critical work by actively supporting our youth programs through your volunteer participation, generous donations, and positive communications about NCCJ. See our website, www.nccjgreaterdayton.org, for further details. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Emma Scoville.
And I'm Lake Miller, and we're here to tell you about NCCJ.
Since 1978, the National Conference for Community and Justice of Greater Dayton, known as NCCJ, has strived to eliminate all forms of discrimination by challenging stereotypes, celebrating differences, and creating justice. We believe in the potential for personal and systematic change, and that NCCJ can initiate real change in diversity and inclusion practices, especially through youth leadership development.
NCCJ has 6 levels of youth leadership development. The first program is Anytown, NCCJ's youth leadership retreats, which foster community building and inclusivity among diverse groups of high school students. The second is Police and Youth Together, which is a week-long camp that builds bridges between youth 10 to 12 years old and law enforcement officers to facilitate peace and mutual respect.
Our third program, Agents of Change, teaches high school students about racism, sexism, classism, and leadership to help them become agents of change in their school and community. Our fourth program, Changing in the Middle, teaches middle schoolers to create inclusive communities at school. Our fifth program, Second Step, is an elementary curriculum used to stop bullying and build empathy and understanding.
Our final program, Spidey, Students Promoting Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity Through Education, brings together high schoolers and middle school students. The high schoolers learn diversity training skills. They then hold diversity workshops for sixth graders to share what they have learned.
NCCJ of Greater Dayton is excited to focus our mission on our youth programs. Young people are the future of our society. We believe the surest way to foster societal change is to educate and energize our youth.
We invite you to join us in this critical work by actively supporting our youth programs through your volunteer participation, generous donations, and positive communications about NCCJ. See our website, www.nccjgreaterdayton.org, for further details. Thank you.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. My first guest is a local comic here in the Gym City scene. Great guy, got a lot of stuff going on. Please give a warm welcome to my man, Mike Shea. Mike, come on out here.
All right.
Welcome to the show.
It's the end of the world, man. Let's not risk it. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. I got a bonus coming on Monday.
Yeah, there we go.
So,
This thing work? This thing work? Do I talk into this one or? Okay,
that's
we're
just for
good.
props.
Just for props?
Whenever I get to NBC, it'll actually work.
It's a nice mic to be used just as a prop. Good Lord.
So, how are you? Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Man, thanks for having me. I'm doing good. We're almost through whatever this godforsaken year has been, so it's counting down the days at this point. But yeah, man, it's been a year.
A whole Quentin Tarantino film.
Man, don't even. Oh, man. No, this is Tarantino. We've seen the end already, and we'd be working our way back up to it. It's just, yeah. I'll show you the end of the film first, then we'll wait. No, I've seen the end. I already know that John Travolta dies in the bathroom. It's fine.
Yeah, we're cool. We're cool with it.
Jesus.
So, tell us a little bit about you, your journey to become who you are.
Man, well, born in a log cabin in about 18. I'm originally from North Canton and grew up there as a kid. Lived down south for a while, which is where I got started doing stand-up. But I got started around the time when like the blue collar comedy tour was big and Dane Cook was becoming real popular. I know that name's kind of mud right now with the comedy scene, but I came up through there, and then I moved to Dayton about a little over 5 years ago. And the local comedy scene here is just the best, between everything going on at Wiley's and all the guys who are and gals who are hosting open mics and performing around town between here and Cincinnati. It's a great scene here, and it's been a real breath of fresh air to be performing with some of the most talented people I've ever worked with in my life. And at the end of October, it'll be 15 years that I've been doing stand up, and so it's been crazy, man. It's been real crazy.
So what really sparked your interest to get into stand-up
What
comedy?
sparked the interest? I was ugly as sin in high school. I mean, not that I'm any better now. Just now I kind of grew into it. The ugly duckling came
full circle.
It came full circle. Yeah, I love making people laugh. It's a weird idea. I met a guy in high school. He'd been doing comedy for a while, and his thing was. Doing comedy is powerful because you get to tickle people with your words, and that is a really weird way, looking back on it in 2020 eyes, to think, wow, that's creepy. But it
didn't age well.
It did not age well, no. But it is a kind of a crazy sensation when you can just share an idea or a thought, and it just brightens someone's day in a way that you can't even. It's unexplainable. It really is. And so getting to do that, and then working in radio and doing podcasting, it's just the thing that really sparked it, to eventually get back to your question, was like I said, coming up in that time where the blue collar comedy tour first hit, and at that point, growing up in the 90s, stand up wasn't a household form of entertainment anymore. It wasn't something that you really knew was a job or was a thing you could do. And that was the first time where it kind of became this like tangible, oh, this is actually a thing. So I got to kind of learn about some of the great ones from the past, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, guys like that, a little bit later in life. But then as that opened that door, and then learning what a massive, vast side of the entertainment industry this is, it's been an amazing learning experience.
Now, where all have you performed? Do you perform locally, or has the podcast kind of took the main burner for the time being?
The podcast is taking the main burner for a while, and that's really just because I do have a day job, and I call it a day job. It's a night job. I work 4 to midnight at a TV station, and my days off are Monday and Tuesday, so that leaves like no time to do anything. So the podcast has become the main focus. There was a big plan for 2020 to be the year where got on stage,
it just blew it,
and just go, and because it was going to be 15 years, and I was going to crank it out, and I was going to do a headliner set, and then the world ended.
And 2020 shut that down real
was
quick.
Like, no, sir, you are way too optimistic for ours. So my bad.
He said, "Not I," said the blind man.
No, Mike,
No.
down, boy. But I worked in radio and broadcasting since I was in high school, and podcasting has been. I love working with sound. I'm a big microphone junkie. I'm gonna steal that before I leave here today. I'm a big audio tech junkie, and so it's been a great way. And I love talking to people. I love doing what you're doing. I love meeting people and learning, hearing their stories. And we're on a break right now. I'm moving into a new house. We're building a new studio, and we added a co-host to the show, Mike Wells, who's the funniest comic in Dayton. I mean, I don't know why the hell y'all brought me on here. Y'all should have got him. He's just so quick-witted and raw and unapologetic, and so he and I have a great rapport. So having him on the show is going to be great. And yeah, podcasting is just, there's so much you can do with it. The possibilities are endless as far as the kind of programming you can create, and it's so easy to create a podcast nowadays. And there's mobile apps that'll do it for you these days and do all the heavy lifting for you. So shout out to everybody who's got it easy now. Some of us used to have to build our own website to put a podcast up online. Jerks.
Go through the headache of getting a Wix domain for $10.
Wix is they're not a sponsor of the show, right? Man, Wix is the worst website creation tool on the face. I'm sorry, MySpace was a better tool than Wix could ever hope to be. It's just they made us use Wix in college, and by the time I was done, I was like, you're gonna grade me on this? I mean, it's not my fault that the website sucks. They gave me 2 options for the template, and they're all pink. I'm sorry, I can't do a death metal website with pink. That's not how the world works.
We love death metal, but we also support breast cancer awareness.
Absolutely.
We support the cause with the devil's music.
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
But Podcast. Let us talk about that.
Yeah.
A lot of hype about that.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, what it is,
The
where can we
Basement
find
Lounge.
it? Oh,
Started
yeah.
it in my mom's basement. I've been that guy for the last couple of years. Living
Shout
in
out to
mom's
Mom.
basement. Love my mom. Thank you, Mom. She is so happy to see me getting the hell out of there finally. But yeah, started the show. I've been that 30-year-old guy living in Mom's basement hosting a podcast that nobody listens to. So it's been a great 5 years as a stereotype, but I finally get to have my own place. But yeah, the Basement Lounge was started as a way to shine a light on entertainers, be they actors, comedians, musicians, whatever, who are still at that working class level. Like you got a million podcasts out there where they're interviewing, the guys from Metallica, or they're interviewing Nikki
Big
Glaser,
names.
or the big names, and that's great. But
What about the little guy?
I've heard James Hetfield tell his story so many different times, but there are so many people out there who are working just as hard, putting out just as quality material, whether it's movies or music, who aren't getting their story told and aren't getting the light shown on them. The fact that Spotify shelled out like $1 million to give Kim Kardashian her own podcast. Meanwhile, a true crime podcast, because Lord knows she's an expert on that.
Buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's illegal to just inject yourself with false pretenses.
Yeah,
But anyways.
But yeah, so getting to actually like talk to people who are out there doing it, who are still trying to make their way in the world, because everyone's got a story to tell. Now, granted, some of those stories are Lord of the Rings, some of those stories are Twilight, but either way, everyone's got a story to tell, and it's great getting to share those stories with people. And just I've made so many friends on other sides of the world, other sides of the country, just through talking to them for an hour and hearing what they're all about.
It is good stuff.
Yeah, man.
So when are you looking, when is the Basement Lounge hitting the airwaves?
So we're on break right now. We wrapped up season 1, did 50 episodes. So we are coming back in October, shooting for the middle of October. Once we get the studio, like I said, we just moved into the house. So we're rebuilding the studio from the ground up right now. Got to go put the internet in this week, and then Mike's coming over, and we're going to start cranking it out. We're changing the show up a little bit because there's 2 of us now, and I mean, booking guests is hard. Having to book a guest every single week is I don't know how Kimmel does it, like four guests a day for an entire week. So we're changing the show up a little bit, but it's still going to be the same idea of sharing stories, sharing conversations, and just getting to know people.
That is good stuff. That is really good stuff.
Yeah,
I do look forward one day to seeing you out at Wiley's. I would like to sit in on that.
One of these days, man. I got to have a great set in January this year. And then God decided, okay, that's enough for.
He said,
see you in 2021, buddy.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I need to see the terms and conditions of the agreement before I enter 2021.
I did not click the blue check box on this one.
I didn't check. I am not a robot.
I haven't updated iTunes in 3 years, so I don't know who agreed to what, but yeah, it wasn't me.
It probably started with people standing the broom up. That broom standing.
Man,
I think that's what
seriously.
did it. What the hell was it?
I can make a broom stand up. Good for you. Great. You just triggered. That's some witch stuff right there. That's some Crucible level. Like you guys summoned some elder god from another dimension or something. And thanks.
You know what it was? Somebody forgot to carry Madame Zeroni to the top of the mountain.
You know what?
That's exactly what it is.
Thank you. I haven't heard a good Holes reference in a long time. That sounded dirty. We're gonna move on. We're good.
Oh boy, this one is not going to NBC. But you're a hoot. I'm glad you came in.
Thanks for having me, man.
It was a pleasure. I like the chemistry here. I look forward to having you back on.
We'll get you on the Basement Lounge once we're back.
Awesome. Guys, check out the Basement Lounge. It's going to be a killer podcast with my man here and Mike Wells. They look forward to bringing you quality content. It's going to be the best content you ever heard, or your money back guarantee. When we come back, we will have.
I don't know about guarantees. We can negotiate something.
We can negotiate something. We can rock, paper, scissors, best of 5. When we come back, we'll have the folks from Vargo Trained, and they will enlighten us on what it takes to become a serious athlete here in today's world, and what they do and what goes into the hard work that they pump into tomorrow's athletes. So you stay put, go let the dog out. We'll be right back. Guys, do the thing.
The Heartfulness Institute is a nonprofit educational organization that is affiliated with the UN Peace Program. Both of these have the same goal, to promote peace and harmony in the community. The Heartfulness Institute believes that individual peace is what will lead to world peace. To find individual peace, everyone must learn to calm their minds and focus on our hearts. This is what we call heartfulness meditation. So at our educational facilities, we teach individuals to focus on their heart, calm their minds, and find inner peace. This training is offered free of charge, always. This is not an organization that is affiliated with any religion or dogma. The mission is simply to help people process negative emotions they encounter throughout the day. We shower toxins off our bodies, but not our hearts and minds. And this is why we struggled as a culture with so much aggression. Let's turn the tide and learn to be peaceful. Life is supposed to be about joy, a celebration. The Dayton Heartfulness Institute offers free meditation sessions to about 40 locations in the greater Miami Valley area. The two main centers are located in Beaver Creek, Ohio, one on 3153 Lance Road, and the other conveniently at the mall at Fairfield Commons. You can drop by to get free guidance and sessions from certified trainers. We also offer classes periodically to learn to live from the heart field. You may check out details on these classes and other locations at our website, DaytonHeartfulness.org. We also have a free app you can use from home, Hearts app. Join us any way you're able to find your own inner peace. Let's meditate.
Oh, he switched the camera, great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the program. Thanks for re-emerging. My next two guests are amazing personal fitness trainers. They train some of the best athletes high school sports have seen. They are located in Tip City. I got Mike, Vargo, and Kelsey here with me. Guys, how you doing? Good. Great to have you here. Thanks for coming on the show. So if you could just tell us a little bit about yourselves. What made you choose this path?
I was a football coach. I'm a public school teacher, and weightlifting or training is a part of getting your team better prepared for the season. And throughout my coaching career, I was always just in the weight room. I was at Troy Christian, Dayton Christian, Northridge, opponents, and during that time, I ended up graduating and just doing the coaching and the public school teaching thing. But when I disconnected from the training world, there were still some people that were interested, so I would kind of go to their house after practices or after my teaching, my day job, and then the demand kind of came up, so we put in a little gym in my two-car garage, and then it grew eventually to the point that we had, I think our biggest workout in the two-car garage was 23 athletes, and then the road was getting shut down, waiting for people to exit the driveway and then other people to come in for the next session. So then we started looking for a facility, and we found the Athletic Proving Grounds in Tip City in 2015. Kind of kept going with this training stuff just in case I were to lose my teaching job, because in 2008 there was a financial crisis, which is when I got out of college, and then right now with COVID I actually just got laid off. So with Dayton Public Schools, so and the business has grown to the point that we're actually okay. So like the plan was just to have some money in my pocket for like the weekends and maybe build something just in case, and then that's where we're at today.
All right. And what about you? What's your story?
So I've always been involved with sports my whole life. I played soccer for 13 years, and then I got into like track in high school. I was a sprinter because I was like super fast with soccer. And then my coach in high school came to me, talked to me about like being a thrower, and I was like, "What are you talking about? I'm a sprinter. I'm not a thrower." But I ended up becoming really good at throwing, and I ended up getting a scholarship to go to Ball State University to be on the track and field team as a shot putter. 4 years later, I hold the outdoor and indoor school record for shot put, and I'm a second team All-MAC placer at the MAC Indoor Championship this past like winter before the whole like they shut down the spring season, so I didn't get to have a spring season for my senior year. I've always been involved with weightlifting, and Vargo came to me with an opportunity to open up my own, like do my own business at Athletic Proving Grounds. So my company is called Walter Strength and Conditioning, and I do specialized weight training with Olympic lifting, powerlifting, strongman, and then stuff with shot put and discus technique. So, yeah.
I was a decent athlete. I would never compare to either one of you, but I was decent. Honestly, I didn't even want to become track and field. I actually wanted to do the pole vault, but they didn't let me. Tried hurdles, hit me on the shin. That was it. That was it. So, what does the Vargo training consist of? What does it mean to be Vargo trained?
It really started off the name started off as a joke, because I was a strength and conditioning coach. I built the strength program at Troy Christian, and Troy Christian's a very strong wrestling school, and a lot of wrestlers in the area go to this place called Jordan Trained. So when I kind of had my business going, I never thought I would start a business, but I was training, and I had a handful of people, and we bought some t-shirts, and I was just like, haha, Vargo Trained, because that's my last name. And that kind of stuck, and then we actually turned into an actual company. But I focus on dynamic sport athletes, which are court and field sports, people that need to be more explosive, need to be able to apply their power, they need to be faster, and reduce the risk of injury. Whereas Kelsey, what she does is she's a lot more focused on the Olympic lifting, the power lifting, the shot and disc, which is a lot more specialized than what I do. There's a lot of similarities with basketball, soccer, even baseball, softball. There's some differences, and that's where we get sport specific, but there's a lot of similarities in those sports versus what a power lifter or an Olympic lifter or shot or disc person needs, and the amount of time and like focused expertise that they need, and that's where Kelsey's thing comes in.
Now, what does your training consist of?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I took my glasses off so I can't see. But so my training consists of like what he said, like, so powerlifting is squat, bench, deadlift. Olympic lifting is like hang clean, clean and jerk. I don't really do that in like snatch. I only really focus on squat, bench, clean, and deadlift stuff with my athletes. A lot of it, I want to apply like the proper technique when it comes to certain lifting, because you see a lot of athletes just get hurt, like just trying to squat a lot of weight and not have the right technique. And some of the athletes that I have, they say like, oh, I can squat this much weight, or this is my max, and then when I actually apply like the right technique to them, they're like, oh my goodness, that's so much harder. And I'm like, yeah, because you're not using the right technique. So trying to break the bad habits. And the same thing with shot and discus, just having that specialized like technique sessions with them, additional to like what they do like at like a high school practice, having that extra little help from me. So yeah.
So where can we find you guys?
We're at the Athletic Proving Grounds in Tip City. You can find us all over all the social media. We promote that stuff a lot. But we're in Tip City. We work with, like I said, she's got her shot put thing. I've got the Vargo Trained is at the earliest 7th grade up through college athletes. We're training pretty much every day after school, before school. We've got weekends. But you go athleticprovinggrounds.com or any of the Vargo Trained stuff on pretty much any social media. And then she's Walter Strength.
Yeah, so look me up on, if you want to find me, just look up Walter Strength and Conditioning on Instagram, and you'll see like my logo and stuff, and you just click on that. And you can always like message me. People can always message me to reach out if they're interested. And you also see it on Athletic Proving Grounds on Facebook because of Vargo and everything like that. So.
Okay. And how long have you been in the business?
I started off as a strength and conditioning coach, or really a football coach, in 2004. So it's been about 16 years. Started the strength and conditioning program I did private training from '04 to now, a lot of personal training, but we didn't become an LLC, an official business, until 2012. So I've been a trainer for about 16 years, and then Vargo Trained has really existed officially since 2012. And then I coached high school football from 2004 to 2014 around the area. So.
Well, thank you, both of you, I enjoyed having you on the show. Thank you very much for coming out. You got a great thing going on. You obviously love what you do, and it's very hard for people to find something that not only they love, but they love doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish you all the best of success, and the sky's the limit. Can't wait to see what else you guys do in the future. When we come back, we'll kick the can with the band, and we'll do what we usually do, waste airtime at the station. We'll be right back.
Han tomado por asalto las playas y liberado países. Han izado nuestra bandera y nuestras esperanzas. Por generaciones han asegurado que tengamos un país al que servir. Ellos son los Marines.
YWCA Dayton is on a mission to eliminate racism, empower women, and promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. And as of 2020, we'll have been on that mission for 150 years. Since 1870, YWCA Dayton has protected and advocated for some of our community's most vulnerable individuals: battered women and their children, women at risk of homelessness, girls in marginalized populations. These services have always been offered free of charge, regardless of race, health, or background. For 150 years, we have sheltered women and their children. From our widow's home in the 1870s to our domestic violence shelters today, still the only ones in Montgomery and Preble counties, YWCA Dayton has been a safe haven for thousands of women. For 150 years, we have strengthened and supported the next generation of female leadership. From our industrial schools in the 1880s to our Girls Lead program today, we've provided critical education and empowerment that prepares girls for successful futures, because girls with confidence become women of influence. For 150 years, we have raised our voices when those we serve can't be heard. From opening the first YWCA branch for African American women and girls in the 1880s to advocating at the Ohio State House this year for stronger supports for survivors of violence. We're not new to this, we're true to this. At its core, for 150 years, our mission has been this: to preserve and restore the dignity all women deserve. Need help? Our 24/7 crisis hotline is here. Call 937-222-SAFE. Want to help? Visit ywcadayton.org. Thank you for being on a mission with us.
Hello, I'm Kim Bramlage, and I'm proud to tell you about Five Rivers Health Centers. Five Rivers Health Centers is a nonprofit, independent community health center in the Miami Valley. We formed our federally qualified health center in 2011 and have grown to 8 locations in Montgomery and Greene counties. Our health centers are centrally located in Dayton and Xenia, near access to public transportation. Our mission at Five Rivers Health Centers is to provide access to quality, comprehensive, and respectful care for our patients and community. Regardless of your insurance or your ability to pay, you can be a patient at our health centers. And we offer insurance enrollment assistance as well as a sliding fee scale for the uninsured. Our focus is to provide primary care to patients of all ages and to be your medical home. We believe that our community will be healthier if everyone has a primary care provider, and we strive to create a long-term relationship with our patients. Our goal is to partner with patients on their health care, to prevent illness and injury, and to help our patients avoid the emergency room and stay out of the hospital. The clinical staff and providers at Five Rivers strive to give our patients comprehensive care. That means that each patient has access to not only their primary care provider, but also our pharmacy, social workers and mental health professionals, dental center, specialty clinics, as well as programs, services, and other resources that are unique to a community health center. Infant mortality is a huge concern for us here in the Miami Valley, and we want every baby to reach their first birthday happy and healthy. Toward that goal, we offer special programs to our pregnant women and new moms, such as Healthy Start and Centering Pregnancy and Parenting. These grant-funded programs allow our patients to enjoy fun group prenatal sessions and allows them to earn incentives such as diapers, gift cards, and much-needed baby items. Patients who participate in these programs frequently deliver healthier babies who are born full-term rather than preterm. In an effort to bring health care closer to those who need it, we are opening 2 school-based health centers in early 2020. The Dayton Public School Clinic will be in Roosevelt School on West 3rd Street. The Trotwood-Madison location will be in the Administration Building on Snyder Road. Both of these health centers will provide comprehensive medical, dental, behavioral health, and vision care to students, families, and community members in West Dayton and Trotwood. Five Rivers Health Centers is one of the best kept secrets in the Miami Valley. Now that you know about us, please consider becoming a patient of our community health centers. We look forward to having you or someone you know as a patient and partnering with you to get healthy and stay well. More information is available on our website, fiverivershealthcenters.org.
Not a lot of people even understand what lupus is.
A lot of the battles that we're dealing with are internal.
And in some cases can be fatal.
And my best friend passed away when we were 15. Barely can get dinner on the table for my son.
Very, very traumatizing to my life.
Stiffness in my hands. It'll be hard for me to hold a pencil or a writing utensil.
I can't hold not even a part-time job. The fatigue is unlike anything I've ever experienced before.
Each day I'm still fighting. Let's do the best we can with it.
I'm Michael Rediger, Director and CEO of the Dayton Art Institute. For the past century, the DAI has enriched our community by creating meaningful experiences with art that are available to all. Those experiences have inspired conversation, action, emotion, and so much more. From humble beginnings, the DAI has grown to be one of the region's premier fine art museums, with an awe-inspiring collection built through the generosity of many donors that spans 5,000 years of art history. It includes works by Monet, Rubens, Edward Hopper, Andy Warhol, and so many others, as well as significant collections of Asian art, African art, and works from the ancient Americas. In addition to our diverse collection, the museum offers world-class exhibitions, family programs, art classes, social events, and more. The DAI is also known for some of the best events in town, including Oktoberfest, Bourbon and Bubbles, Art Ball, and our Bob Ross Auto Group Jazz and Beyond series, as well as being a premier destination for weddings and private events. It is truly a community gathering space that is available to all. The DAI is committed to enriching our entire community by offering free and discounted museum days, offering discounted memberships and admission, and making free school tours available to students of all ages. Art has helped to shape and inspire and inform our community for 100 years. If all that happened in the last century, imagine what can happen in the next 100 years. The Dayton Art Institute is your art museum, and we hope you will help support this treasured community asset, whether it's visiting on a regular basis, becoming a member, or contributing to our annual fund. The DAI depends on your support, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the year. Here's to 100 years and to 100 more.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Callow, and I'm a member of the advisory board for the Epilepsy Foundation Ohio. Epilepsy is a brain disease where a person has seizures because of an electrical problem in the brain. Anyone who has a brain can get epilepsy. Since 1974, under the name Epilepsy Foundation of Western Ohio, We have served an 11-county area surrounding the greater Dayton region. During that time, we received calls from all over the state asking for our help. That call became too loud to ignore. So, to assure our programs and services are available to all of the more than 126,000 people affected by epilepsy in Ohio, we're excited to announce we've expanded our service area to the entire state, and we've changed our name to Epilepsy Foundation Ohio. Here at the Epilepsy Foundation Ohio, we believe connection is important for those living with epilepsy, whether that's connection to others living with epilepsy, connection to healthcare or community resources, or connection to education and information. To support building these connections, we're developing events throughout this state. These include a new Epilepsy Wellness Expo in Columbus in April, and our Ohio Epilepsy Awareness Day at Kings Island in June. We also offer other family support programs and online resources for epilepsy self-management. While we can't mention everything we have to offer, we are committed to serving those in Ohio who live with epilepsy, whether you have it yourself or you are a family member or friend of someone affected. Contact us to see what we may have for you. To learn more about the programs and services at the Epilepsy Foundation Ohio, please visit our website at www.ohioepilepsy.org. That's www.ohioepilepsy.org, or call us at 937-233-2500. And remember, if you live with epilepsy in Ohio, you are not alone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the night run. My last guest, his name was actually Zach. I don't know how I messed that up, but his name is Zach Vargo. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Sponsored by NBC. I'm here with the band. They're going to do the thing that I let them do because I'm just such a great host and I let them rock out.
Thank you, Dion.
You're very welcome. I do want to give a special thanks to Zach Vargo, Mike Shea, Cookie Joint, all those guys I've had over the past couple of episodes. We've been having a lot of fun here. We appreciate you. Also, our viewers, we thank you for that. We hope you tune in next time. We're going to have same great quality programming. It's going to be great. I'm Dion McElrath. This is JAMR the band. Keep it funky, Dayton. Be good, be careful, love one another. Good night, everybody.
The song's called JAMR.